Welcome to Baldor Electric Company de Mexico, SADCB, a company engaged in manufacturing and marketing electric motors, generators, controllers, and mechanic power transmission products, in addition to industrial electric motor repair. Our mission: to be the best, as determined by our clients, merchandisers, designers, and manufacturers of industrial electric motors, mechanic power transmission products, controllers, and generators. Drawing upon a culture of values, Baldor Electric Company de Mexico has established itself as a supplier's team because of the quality of its products, its services, and the people who work at the company. Baldor Electric Company de Mexico cares about maintaining safe conditions, facilities, and the proper equipment for each activity. This is why it is so important for us to achieve the highest level of safety for all of our processes. Our number one strategic goal is that all of us return home in the same condition that we arrived when our shift began. This is why we have to follow the general plan rules and the basic safety rules. All workers must register their entrance and exit at the electronic scanner located at the security gate. All contractor personnel must register their entry and exit in the logbook established for such purpose. Receive all safety indications and presentations, hand in the Social Security registration form and most recent SUA payment form. If you enter the plant with tools or equipment, you must register them or leave a list of such items with the security personnel. In this plant, it is forbidden to smoke in any area, run in any area within Baldor's facilities, introduce glass or crystal containers, eat or drink inside the manufacturing base. All vehicles entering the plant must respect the maximum speed limit of 10 km per hour and respect pedestrian crossing areas. When you park your vehicle inside or outside the plant, you must always park it facing toward the exit and never blocking an entry or zones painted red or yellow. Women cannot enter the plant using sharp heels or heels higher than 8 centimeters. To enter any production area, you must wear flat-heeled closed shoes or security boots if necessary. In all production areas, you must wear safety glasses and protective ear plugs. When walking inside the plant, be careful with the lifts and other vehicles that operate inside the base, and walk only on the designated walkways. Outside, you must always use the pedestrian walkways. When you first enter the plant, you must locate the meeting point, which is where we'll head immediately in the event of hearing the plant's emergency alarms. Within the facilities, locate the evacuation route on emergency exit or exits nearest your own location. Never obstruct an emergency exit with objects or furniture. Remember that they must remain clear of any obstruction. If there is a fire near the area where you are located, and you don't know how to work the extinguisher or a hydrant, don't try using them, as we could hinder the work of the emergency squad. Remember, to use an extinguisher, you need to know what type of fire it is, what you need to extinguish it, and also consider the direction of the wind. All places where extinguishers and hydrants are located must remain clear of any obstructions. There are first aid kits in all the bays. If you use one, report the material you used and the injuries which were tended to. Please report any injury, no matter how small. If any particle or chemical enters your eye, go to the eye wash station and let water flow over it for 15 minutes. Never scrub your eye and ask a doctor or nurse to take a look at it. If you don't feel well, you must notify your immediate supervisor right away. The company personnel working with you or the security staff will provide any necessary assistance. In this plant, you are not allowed to self-medicate. Always remember that when tending to an emergency, You must protect yourself from pathogenic blood-borne agents like AIDS and hepatitis B. Always use gloves, glasses, mouth covers when in contact with bodily fluids or blood. If you are going to work near machines, you must not use chain necklaces, bracelets, rings, watches, or ties. Lifts are only to be used by authorized personnel. Always ask what additional personal protective equipment you must use according to the activities you will be undertaking. Contractors must bring their own tools and ladders with them. Electric tool cables must be for heavy duty, must not have unprotected connectors or cables, and plugs or jacks must have grounding systems. Before beginning your work, make sure your area is free of any unsafe conditions. Check your tools, machinery protective guards, tool cords, sinks, hoists or tackles, hooks or hitches and ladders. It is required of all contractors, in order to start any task, to understand and post his/her safety work permit. This permit is valid only for a specific day. Once the task has been completed, the permit must be returned to the person supervising such work. High-rise work. By definition, high-rise work is all work carried out at or above 1.22 meters over ground level, and which implies risk which will require using additional safety equipment. Check out the ladder, scaffold or platform you will be using. For all high-rise work, it is essential that you use fall prevention equipment such as harnesses and lifelines. Ladders must be held in place by another person or must be secured to the building's structure. Hot work. When working with an open flame, check the area where you will be working before beginning your work. Remove, to the extent possible, all flammable and combustible materials located in the area. Remove all materials which cool at night, such as wood, cardboard, and plastic. When it's impossible to do so, protect them from any flame source sparks. Supply all necessary protections as a safeguard against any spark falling to levels below that on which you are working. Assign a person to guard against the presence of fire and seek help if necessary. Place an extinguisher in the area where you are working and check on the area for 30 minutes after you complete your work. Locate the nearest fire protection equipment such as hydrants and extinguishers. Working in confined spaces requires a safe work permit, which shall be valid for 8 hours. A new permit must be drafted for each shift or interrupted work. Before entering the confined space, all chemical, electric, pneumatic, thermal and or mechanical risks and hazards must be de-energized or blocked. Before entering the confined space, the air must be checked in order to see if the quantity of oxygen is over 19.5% and less than 23.5%, in addition to making sure that the atmosphere is not flammable or explosive. There must be a rescue person or team stationed outside the confined space to notify any change in conditions, request assistance if necessary, rescue the personnel working inside the space, and provide necessary assistance. Excavation work. When working on excavations, you must seal off the area in order to prevent falls or injuries to persons in the trenches or sections in the area. Before carrying out any excavation work, manual excavation needs to be undertaken in order to find the location of electric and service lines. Power lines, water, air and or gas pipes must be disconnected or blocked. The material that is dug up must be placed at least 1 meter from the edge of the excavation. Tags and locks. When machinery, equipment and processes need to be sealed off from any power source, locks and tags are required. Never start a machine when it has a notice from personnel working on it. Check with the maintenance department if you can continue working on the equipment before you turn it on again. Never remove any tags or notices from machinery. Only authorized personnel may block and connect the machines. When you use a blade or grinder, check that the stone and the protective guard are in the correct position. Don't forget to use your personal protective gear. Electrical tasks. Only maintenance personnel is authorized to make connections, disconnections, or any movements with respect to the electric boxes. Before making any connection, ask the maintenance staff. They will tell you the best suited place for your connections. Waste storage area. Some of the waste produced within the plant must be disposed of in a special manner in the hazardous waste storage area. Always ask about the correct procedure for disposing of the waste you produced. Follow all instructions in new notices or signs placed in the work area where you are. Don't enter sealed-off areas where work is being carried out. Always maintain good, open communication. And remember, your safety depends on you.